And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Well, they're taking care of the ball on one end of the floor and then forcing mistakes on the other.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Keyshawn George. Carlton Carrington is out there with MP. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Riley in at the 3. Pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Henry. Offensive rebound. George dishes to MP. Back to George. Second shot opportunity. MP, good. Henry's got the lead up to 4 now for Washington.
And this is why you got to be all up in MP's airspace, even as the pass is coming his way. Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Nice ball movement by Washington. Kicks it out to MP. And a miss there on the triple. So it's the Bucks now. Greg, over the last 9 seasons, the Bucks with the second most wins in the regular season.
I mean, a dominant run. To be sure. Not to mention the franchise's second ever title back in 21. Those are things you can never take away.
And Brian Keefe wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. A different look for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Gary Trent. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Taurean Prince. And Rollins subbed in for Harris. Trae Young, he's checked in for Washington.
This young kid's got some ups. MP throwing it down.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Turner with a screen for Kuzma. Back to Turner. Lots of room. It's hauled in by MP.
That was a breakdown defensively, but he couldn't take advantage.
Pass to Riley. Now Young. And here's MP for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 6th assist on the night. And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bucks. Porter comes in for...
Can you hear me?
He's making a switch here. MP's checked in. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Okay.
Young outside. Back to MP. 5 to shoot. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Porter passes to Portis. Kuzma outside. Portis a screen on MP. Back to Portis. Shoots from the corner. That one.
Can you make the quarters longer in here? Okay, so I'm gonna probably do that for my
Good
next
for
game.
2. Portis has got his
When I'm
third
not
basket of the
playing
night right there.
a record.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
MP passes to Sarr. The shot's good. Sarr's got 7 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And Kuzma
Oh,
slams it in.
And such a determined
Man,
scorer.
Kuzma's
When
ball.
challenging the defense, Kuzma won't take no for an answer.
Kyle
First trip to
Kuzma.
the free throw line for him tonight. And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts. And at 7'1", Sarr makes dunking
Guarding my
easy.
dude.
The defense has to push him further from the rim.
All right, that's 2 fouls. Not a big deal, but you don't want to pick up that third before the half.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And here's MP for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit
Did
this
you change the difficulty on my career? Okay, cool, because this is like way too fucking easy.
quarter, shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
From deep, Giannis, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's MP making things happen. For the Washington Wizards, he got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. He'll get you back to the action after this break.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of Pocket.
Well, I think for Milwaukee, you can think you know your team, but you have no idea until the real game begins.
You don't have. And guys, let's take a look at the Wizards in that first half. Need to build a significant lead through 2.
Well, one stat in their favor is the one that...
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll.
In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a...
Making a switch here. Turner's checked in. And then for Washington, Riley's checked in for Sarr.
Yeah.
George comes in for Koulibaly. And MP
he
subbed
follows
in
me
for
too.
Johnson. Here's Young. He's got a... They've got Kevin Porter. Bobby Porter's out there with
Who's your
Kyle
other one?
Kuzma.
Your top
Then
tier?
there's Rollins. And it's Turner in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Yeah.
So we've seen the NBA, Tim, embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus minus, give me that group of minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love it. Cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Rollins. And so Young will bring it up for the Wizards. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And there are a few players who can dominate. Anthony Davis is certainly among them.
Yeah, he's one of the most dynamic defenders, Kevin, in offense. He can hurt you ways, whether it's on the dribble, posting, or facing up. Well, you guys in this league that can do it all. Anthony Davis is one of those names that'll come to mind. When he's healthy, he is one of the best.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Jang, he's checked in for Bobby
I don't know, I
Portis.
could try
Torian
fixing my
Prince
fucking,
comes in for Kyle Kuzma.
my resolution. Try changing it to a lower resolution real quick. I have to have mine lower because I don't know why it fucking does that. I had to have mine at 480p. Yeah, I think it's just because it's, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't figure it out.
And Trent subbed in for Rollins. Here's MP. Rebound by Chang. Bucks trail by 4. Stripped away. And here we go. MP into the hoop.
Well, young players like MP know that if they run the floor, they will be rewarded.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Porter passes to Trent. The kick out to Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Hit the shot. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
Damn, bro, it's on the lowest resolution and it's working now.
Trent outside. Turner with the screen. Clock at 6. Not as good as the Wizards lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Trent.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Wizards lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And now we take a look back to Doc Rivers talking to his team from his huddle.
Come on, guys, you're right there. But listen, everybody, you're not going to do it. Just try to do it yourself.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. So on the floor for Washington, MP out there with Carlton Carrington. Then it's Keyshawn George. And there's Riley. And it's Davis at the 5 roaming the paint. Here's Giannis. And here's Trent outside. Henry with the rebound. And it's Davis at the elbow. And it's slammed in by Davis.
When Davis goes to the rim full force, he punishes the defense.
On the wing, Giannis. Back to Trent. against MP. Back to Carrington. Screen by MP. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Zhang. Pass to Turner. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Davis. Over Trent. Again, the Wizards good for two. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Wizards?
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And they also deserve a lot of credit for getting points off turnovers. Their hustle has allowed them to take advantage of those opportunities.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Zhang. Rollins checked in for Prince. And so it's the Bucks who come out on top here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm.
Took me out.
They needed
Now we lost.
on both ends. It's just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Now, let's go to our sideline reporter, Dominic Campbell.
Disappointing loss for you and your team tonight, MP. What's your evaluation of your performance? You had some good moments, but
Okay.
yo, these kind of games are worse than a straight up. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dominic, thanks a lot.
Now that song's gonna be stuck in my head. Alright, you can send me an invite. Oh. gonna have me do something else real quick. She's a cum dumpster. And I was drinking and shit. Every time I went on karaoke night, I went to jail. I ain't doing that shit no more. And the last song I was singing too, I didn't know I was going to jail though that night, and I was singing "I'm Locked Up" by Akon. Yeah, it was fucked up, dude. David picked out that song for me too to do the fucking karaoke. That shit was wild. I was in jail for like fucking 4 months after that. Whatcom County officers know all me, dude. Yeah. Or he was waiting for you to fuck up. Alright, you can send me an invite. Fuck. Mountain Park, or no, the place. Why is it happening to me go to my core? Okay. That's probably why you can't send one. Okay. Yeah, it won't even let me join your game. Can I? You're in the squad, please leave the squad. Where do I go and find that? Oh, okay. Alright, did you get it? Through the screens? I already got my 2000 VC in this. Yeah, I went and did all this earlier. Do I leave your squad? Gotcha.
Time to talk endorsements. You're in the NBA now, so that opens up a lot of doors for us.
Yeah, okay, drop some knowledge on me, Austin.
Okay, now, the deals available to you are driven largely by your fan count. More fans you earn, more money.
Hell yeah.